7 years ago, I disappeared into my own healing process. During that disappearing process, the girl that I knew had to be deconstructed. I went through many phases, and don't be fooled by these videos because I am mostly smiling, but I did go through hell and back. Everything I knew, I deconstructed. My faith, values, what I thought about life, what I thought about pretty much anything and everything. It was hard, but I completely transformed, and many people don't or barely recognize me anymore. This disappearing process often felt like a prison. I often felt like these years I lived a parallel life to the rest of society and to the rest of the world. And it was really hard. Because I grew up in kind of a subculture, and since what I needed healing from happened in this subculture, it was hard to find people who understood. So while I was navigating trauma, burnout, hurt, and being the loneliest I have ever felt, I was also trying to create a new language to build a bridge. A bridge to where? Well, between me and kind of the rest of the world. So I speak this language now, not fluently yet at all, but I absolutely don't feel as lonely anymore. So in a way, you can call creating this language my coping mechanism. And even though I deconstructed a lot of my faith and my view of the Bible, I still have this one little promise that I hold on to. Because this part felt like prison, but I was promised a palace. And let me explain what I mean. Promised prison palace. What does that mean? I really love this way of, I don't know, you could call it a philosophy or a way of looking at life. But it does stem from the Bible, and it stems from the story of Joseph in the Bible. So Joseph gets two prophetic dreams about his future. But his other brothers get really jealous of this dream because this dream promises big things. So these dreams are a symbol of a promise. But these brothers then sells him off as a slave to Egypt, where a lot of things happen, but he ends up in literally a prison or a jail. And this symbolism of the prison time. But this time is also where he is prepared, because later when he comes out of jail, he becomes the leader of Egypt, and this is his palace time. And what I love about this philosophy or this promised prison palace is that when we get a promise or a destiny or a calling, or we have a dream, before we can get to that place of the promised land or the palace or where the dream is fulfilled, we have to go through this preparation time that often is referred to as a prison. Often in this time where, well, it's obviously also a choice, but this is where you get prepared, this is where you develop, you're in training, and it's also a very good way not to get too cocky and bring some humbleness into the palace when you get there. But it also brings some sort of hope, something to hold on to when times get really tough or dark. Because like Joseph, I think it was really tough, not only being sold by his brothers, but also getting kicked into prison. So the story of Joseph is a symbol of hope. And this symbol has been really important in my life, as I've always had lots of dreams of things that I wanted to do. But I had for the longest time, I was in this, what I would call a prison time. And now I am slowly building my life up again. So that's why I call this stage or chapter of my life, Trusting Life Again. I have now spent many years disappearing in order to heal and give myself some space and rest. The next video will be about my time coming out of that shell, learning to trust life again, and the city I moved to for my studies. I just moved out of that apartment and out of that city. I live with the keys, and then that chapter is also over. So I'm ready to appear again, not be so hidden anymore, ready for the new life. See ya. Welcome to my new series, Trusting Life Again. It's a mix of a documentary, a vlog, some reflection, collecting memories, and a way of sharing my thoughts and videography with the world.